Hello, this is Dr. Young. I'm just going to go over your week 5 assignments. They're really just, they're discussions, not papers. I'm sure you're happy. I'm sorry, one discussion. I don't know why I say discussions. I really have to get used to the format of this course, which is just one question that's pretty much combined what used to be 2 questions. And I'm sorry I didn't post this yesterday, but I swear I could not speak. I mean, I sounded like a frog. I'm sure you didn't want to hear that. So I just waited till today, and I'm still a little nasally, but I'm better. So I apologize for the late. I know I like to post them on Sunday night if I can, but most probably not a lot of work started already. So on these yet. So, okay, so let's talk about your week 5 discussion. It's just a discussion this week. That is all that you have to do. All right, so that's awesome. Pretty probably a relief after these last 2 weeks, which are really hard because it's a crunch. These are the only 2 weeks where you have to do them back to back. So that gets a little, crazy. So for the first one, you use the internet to research a company that you'd like to work for with a focus on its recruiting efforts. Make 2 recommendations for how the company you research can improve its recruiting efforts. And then provide 2 specific examples to support your responses. Again, this is a researched question. You need to use sources. When you see a question, it says research this, use sources. You need to do research. Writing your opinion is not going to suffice. It never does anyway, because you're supposed to either use specific personal experience that relates to the question or sources. And I know I've said this several times, but unfortunately it's still happening, but you need to do that. I don't really see that being a problem for here since it is very specific about that. So, find a company you want to work for. Then you're going to go to its. I would start at its corporate site and then go from there. Then look for articles and things on that, Newsweek, Business Week, Forbes, things like that. Articles in the media that talk about things that are going on with that company. Maybe you can find some information about the recruiting. You might be able to also find some information at business journals, at the Strayer website. Library website that you have access to, the Resource Center. That's where I would. That's kind of where I would, find this information, do some research, take some time, and then describe a human resource position that you would someday like to hold. Then outline the optimal selection process for such a position. And we've talked about different methods of selection, and you've got testing and the interviewing and testing process. How would you? What would you how would you select someone for that certain position? I don't know what position you might be choosing. Recruiter, how could you test them to see if they are a valid candidate for the position and why? Those are the things I'm looking for. So, I want to, if you might have experience with this, you might know someone and how they were hired. You might be able to actually find how a recruiter is hired, and you probably research and find information about that as well. We touched on a lot of those selection methods, but you're applying it to a specific position you'd like to hold someday. And that's basically all you're doing for your discussion posts. I want to say that most of the discussion posts overall have improved a great deal. Most students have solved any problems that they have had as far as not meeting all the requirements. And the papers were fantastic. Really. I've been teaching here since 2010, and every now and then you'll get a term where you've got students that just really are on the ball with it. I'm going to go ahead and say that this class is performed very well in that first paper. If you got really good feedback about it, keep it up. Keep up the good work. Keep doing what you're doing. If you didn't, email me and ask me any questions you don't understand about your feedback, because it's still early, and we want to go ahead and unfortunately these papers are back to back, and there's no way. When I have all these discussion questions and all these papers to grade and I teach multiple classes, I'm just not going to be able to turn it around in a day or two. It's just not going to happen. So, unfortunately, the back-to-back, if I had the choice, I would spread them out between those like weeks 2 and 4. or something like that, where you could kind of have some time to talk, to email me questions while you're working on that next paper. So I do understand that, but I don't make the assignment. Actually, that's something I'm going to send to see if that could be changed. But I mean, I don't. Sometimes they change them, sometimes they don't. It's a decision that's kind of more higher than me. So, but that's why I'm saying it now, because you do have a paper. The papers skip weeks from now on. So maybe we can, if you're having trouble, we can get you back on track. And I am sending weekly emails if you're not attending class, if you're not logging in enough, if you're not posting enough. I know, I just want to say this right off the bat, okay? I know that some of you can only log in maybe on the weekends or whatever. You will still get those emails, because you have to understand, it's my job to reach out and try to retain students. So don't feel like I'm nagging you, picking on you, and I'm not trying to at all. I'm just going to keep reaching out, because just to let you know, we're here, and I noticed, if you can log in more. If you can, please do. If you can't, I mean, I understand life. Trust me, I do. But it's basically, I get rated on how much I reach out to my students and stuff, and I do. And I can't, and I mean, even if when I didn't, which is kind of a new thing actually, we get rated. I used to reach out anyway. If someone told me that they couldn't log in, a certain time, then I would kind of leave them alone. But now I have to keep sending those emails out, because it's part of what I get rated on. So again, I'm not trying to bug you. I'm not trying to, make you feel bad, anything. I mean, that is totally not my intention at all. I just have to, document my recruiting efforts. So I just want to let you know that, because it's very touchy. You can reach out to students and, show them that you care, but you can also make them kind of bug them too much and they get aggravated. And I don't want to aggravate anybody, but I just want to give you my position on it, is that I kind of have to, keep on reaching out and getting students to attend class. And it's basically just because we want to avoid any kind of, the more what they've done is they found out the more engaged students are, the more, the better grades they get. It's, they do these studies and measure these statistics and all that good stuff. And that's the point of it. So just want to let you know that, because you might see, instructors doing that more than, more and more often. So luckily, I've been pretty good about that anyway, but I just want to clarify that position, because you don't know what I'm thinking, and you might be thinking, gosh, she's emailing me all the time, and I can't log in any more than I am. And don't worry, don't fret about it at all. I mean, really, I'm just do the best you can. That's all we can ever do. It's the best we can. So anybody, I don't know what your life's like. People have different things going on. I mean, very complex situations, and I certainly understand that. I really do. So anyway, now I'm going to stop talking. Have a great week. I look forward to seeing your posts on the discussions. And again, let me know if I can help in any way. Thanks, and have a great day.